Okay. This is video number 10 of my random electronics. I thought for the 10th video we'd do something really cool here. This is probably the coolest thing that I have. It's really cool. It is actually a Webcor, which I've never heard of until I saw this thing. This is actually a reel-to-reel tape player. And I'll zoom in on it here in a second. Let me make sure this isn't... Okay. Yeah, pretty cool. And I don't know a whole lot about it. I know it doesn't work. I remember trying to mess with this thing years ago, and I remember it smoking out of the back of it. So, for those of you not familiar with reel-to-reel, this was considered an early tape deck. This particular model dates back to 1961. It's pretty cool. I'll get at some close-ups of the things here. Get the knobs. It's even got a it's even got a tape counter. And then down here you got your controls, bass, treble. It's even got a level meter. Pretty cool. I remember using this a long time ago. There is a reel that goes with it. I forgot what's on it. But like I said, it was playing just fine, and then all of a sudden, I believe it started smoking out of the back. So I don't know if it popped something or what. So I am not even going to attempt to plug it in. I'm not going to attempt to operate it. But what's really cool is, believe it or not, I actually have the owner's manual to it. Stereophonic high fidelity. And then on the back, pretty cool. And then there's the what's kind of interesting about it, I don't know how well this will tape, but this was a pretty big thing back in that day. Just pretty cool. Even tells you how to set the thing up, and then it also you can optional were speakers, detachable speakers, and then it had microphones and everything. You could make your own tapes, and this tells you how to do everything. I briefly glanced through this. I didn't really study it too well. It tells you all kinds of different things. It tells you how to hook up the external speakers. And yeah, to me it looks pretty complicated. Looks like there's a lot of steps to try to get, just a basic function of getting it to play, and just like probably recording your own voice kind of thing. Which I thought is very interesting. Towards the back here, there was actually a way. Then this is way before RCA plugs, way before anything. You were actually able to buy a wire kit, and it had alligator clips, And what you would do is if you wanted to record something off your television or your radio back then, you would just take those little alligator clips, hook them to the speaker terminals, and then you would just go ahead and plug that part into probably one of the inputs there with the way it looks. So this was early RCA cables. This is probably how it got its start. I just found that really cool. Same way with an external console stereo, same kind of thing. You just attach those to the speakers, and then this is pretty cool. So anyway, I just thought that was pretty cool. I think... Oh, so you would plug in the... it's got jacks up here. External speakers. I'm not sure what that middle jack does. I guess I should read the book. It would probably tell me. So anyway, that's the side. There are actually speakers right here. You can't really see them, but you can see the outline right there. That's one speaker, and then of course another one right there. Go ahead, and there's not much to see on the back. You can kind of see a little bit of the inside. Pretty cool. It's got a cooling fan, so you know how hot this thing probably runs. There's kind of a cord. Let me get rid of that. See if I can light that up a little bit. As you can see, there's one of the speakers there. And then there's a speaker on the other side. And you could tell it's from the 60s. It's got tubes. I know I have this thing upside down for right now. So, hang on a second. Let me flip this the other way. Actually, it is the right way. It's kind of weird. I don't know if you're supposed to have it stand up like this or flip it the other way. But let's get some more of the inside here. You can just kind of see. It's dirty in there. It's seen better days. That's a big old filter capacitor right there, and I bet you it's no good. So anyway, get kind of a close-up on that. So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool unit. I just wish it would work. And I'm sure with a little bit of love, it probably will work, but I don't know enough about it to get it to work. So, I don't know. Just for now, it'll be just a neat little display piece. And what's really cool is I guess this thing, it knows it's going to be flipped up the other way. And if you look real close, it's actually got a little bracket that'll actually hold the tube in. And then there's, I believe, yeah, that one's like that too. So I guess in all reality, it is supposed to be flipped the other way, because if I flip this around like this, then this part's upside down. See? So, let me flip this back around. Hang on a second. Okay, there we go. Something that I just realized, this thing has 2 power cords for some reason. I can't really see inside to see where that one goes, but there's this one. There's this one here. Pretty old. And then there was this one that I just unplugged for video purposes. And it goes right there on those prongs. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know anything about this thing. I just remember plugging it in years ago and having it work. So I'll get one more quick movie of the front of this bad boy. Oh, turn my light off here. Don't need that. And you can tell it got some use, so it's not it's been used quite a bit. And I believe, I'm not sure if this was my uncle's. I'm pretty sure this was my grandma's. Years and years and years and years ago, when my mom and aunt and my uncle were, in school, they would do all kinds of school functions. Back then, they'd have dances and they'd have whatever they did back then. And I believe this was probably bought for that purpose, just to be able to change the reels and play different music. I don't know. I honestly don't know why this was purchased, but I tell you what, it is a pretty cool thing. So that is that. So the other thing is cool is this over here are those speakers that I showed you in the owner's manual, the external speakers. There's two of them. They're kind of dirty. They're old. So they just stand there. You have one like that, and you take this one, and he sits up too. The cool thing is that this one actually, the screws have been taken out of this one. So I can actually show you the inside of what the speakers look like. So we'll just do that real quick. So these external speakers were a pretty big deal. I mean, that's a pretty good sized woofer right there. I would say that's at least an 8-inch woofer. And then, of course, it's got a tweeter. It's still got a speaker box inspection tag on it from actually Webcor, Chicago, Illinois. And that is one beefy cap right there. And I seriously doubt that thing still works. So yeah, I don't even know. And of course, I guess those are considered the ports. But I didn't think they did that back then, but I guess they did. So anyway, and I'm assuming the speaker on the other side's identical to it. But yeah, so this thing was a pretty big deal for its time. I mean, this thing probably would, you get this thing going enough, this thing probably would rattle your house pretty good. So anyway, I think this has gone on long enough. Like I said, I just thought this thing was really cool. Like I said, it doesn't work. I have no plans on getting it to work because I honestly don't know a whole lot about it. And I'm sure somebody could probably find a schematic for it. I'm just not really interested in getting it going because, number one, I don't know much about it. Number two, I only have one reel. And I can't remember what was on it. But what was really cool is the case here will actually, let me flip this around. See, there's a reel. That's what goes on. There's one behind it. Hence the reel to reel. The one reel plays and the other one takes up, as you can see right there. So anyway, it's got instructions even in the lid here. Okay, I think that's enough. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching that. Like I said, this thing's a pretty cool thing. I don't know what to do with it. Probably just be a display piece, or maybe someday I'll sell it. I don't know. But anyway, if you still like me uploading all this stuff, go ahead and click the subscribe button. Otherwise, thank you for watching.